Welcome to Little Heart's Wellbeing, where small stories spark big courage. The branch cracked. Little Bird's heart pounded as she clung to the trembling twig, high above the forest floor. One wrong move and she'd fall. Again. But this time, something was different. The wind felt strange. It wasn't wild or scary. It was waiting, almost like it knew something she didn't. "Why does this keep happening to me?" she whispered, her tiny claws aching from holding on so tight. This wasn't the first time. Every morning, Little Bird woke up determined. "Today will be different," she'd tell herself. "Today I'll fly like the others." But every time she spread her wings, 1,000 what-ifs rushed in. What if the wind was too strong? What if her wings weren't ready? What if she fell and this time no one caught her? So she stayed. Same branch, same fear, same view. Until, from below, a calm voice floated up. "Still on that old branch, Little Bird." She looked down. Old Owl was standing on a thick, steady branch, his amber eyes soft but sharp, like he could see straight through her. I can't move," she stammered. "What if I fall?" Old Owl tilted his head. "What if you don't?" The question hung in the air like a mystery. No one had ever asked her that before. "Everyone says flying is easy," she said, her voice barely a squeak. "But when I look down, everything spins. When I spread my wings, I feel like I'll just disappear into the sky." Old Owl nodded slowly. "So you're not really afraid of falling, you're afraid of letting go." The words hit her like a gust of wind. Letting go. Of her branch. Of her fear. Of the story she kept telling herself, "I can't." Old Owl fluttered up to a branch close to hers. He whispered, "I'll tell you a secret. Every bird in this forest has fallen. Some tumbled into bushes. Some crashed into leaves. Some landed right on their beaks." Little Bird's eyes widened. She had never seen that. She'd only seen the part where everyone looked smooth and brave. "But do you know what makes some birds keep flying?" Old Owl asked. She shook her head. "They decided to trust the wind more than they trusted their fear." Little Bird swallowed. "But what if the wind lets me down?" Old Owl's eyes glittered. "What if it doesn't?" he said again. "And what if the branch that feels so safe is the thing that's really holding you back?" Before she could ask more, a flutter of wings rushed past. 3 young sparrows zoomed by, giggling midair, then suddenly one of them wobbled, dipped too low, and tumbled into a bush. For a long moment, nothing moved. Then the leaves shook, and the sparrow popped back out, messy and laughing. "Did you see that?" Old Owl asked quietly. "He fell, but he also got back up." Curiosity started to nibble at Little Bird's fear. For 3 days, Little Bird watched the others with new eyes. She noticed their mistakes, their wobbles, their not-so-perfect landings. She noticed something else, too. They were scared sometimes, too. but they still flew. On the fourth morning, a new thought whispered in her chest. What if I don't have to fly all at once? What if I just try smaller? She took a deep breath. Okay, she said to herself, not flying, just letting go a little. She loosened one claw. For a heartbeat, she felt completely unsafe. Her stomach flipped, her wings twitched. But then, she didn't fall. The branch swayed gently. The wind brushed her feathers, warm and steady, like a friend saying, I'm here. Her heart raced, but this time it wasn't only fear. It was also something else, something that felt like hope. Then came the storm. The sky turned a deep gray. The wind howled between the trees. The other birds tucked safely into nests and hollows. Little Bird watched the clouds twist and spin. I'll just stay here, she told herself, pressing into her familiar branch. I'll be safe. But the old branch she'd always trusted began to creak, then shake, then crack! A sharp snap cut through the storm. Her branch lurched downward. Little Bird's mind screamed, hold on tighter. But the more she clung to the breaking branch, the more it pulled her down. In that terrifying moment, she understood Old Owl's words. The branch she thought kept her safe was now the very thing dragging her toward the ground. She had two choices: hold on and fall with it, or let go and trust the wind she'd been practicing with. Her claws trembled. The storm roared. Her heart hammered. She closed her eyes and whispered, "Wind, please don't let me down." And she let go. For one wild second, she felt nothing underneath her. Only air, only falling. Then, whoosh! Her wings caught the wind. Not perfectly, not smoothly. She wobbled and dipped and tumbled through the air like the sparrow she'd seen. But she didn't crash. She didn't disappear. She was flying. Little Bird landed on a new branch, one she had never seen before, on a tree she'd never dared to reach. The forest was the same. The trees were the same. The sky was the same. But she was different. She'd learned what Old Owl knew all along. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to trust something bigger than your fear.